It is impossible to talk about a movie like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire without digging into the past of Ghostbusters. And the reason for that is nostalgia. Like many modern films, this one very much relies on nostalgia to even function. You couldn't even get this movie out the door without all the fan service and shoving past characters in and previous references. So let's talk about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on that red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. Okay, so 2021's Ghostbusters Afterlife is one of my all-time favorite sequels. I think it's like the perfect sequel. It's funny, it's heartwarming, it's smart, and the story makes a ton of sense. And it really had this incredible emotional through line involving Egon Spengler and his granddaughter, his family. And that movie was just perfect. It really, really was. It was the perfect sequel, and it was a great Ghostbusters movie. And I really have a special place in my heart for that film. So, of course, because Hollywood exists, we must get a sequel. This one takes our cast of old Ghostbusters and new Ghostbusters and moves them back to New York City. So they are trying to fight off this ancient evil that's trapped in this orb, and that's it. That's the movie. It does try to do the emotional center thing with Phoebe again with a new character, and it just kind of falls flat. So it tries to mimic that part of Afterlife and just isn't really all that successful. It's like, I see what you guys are trying to do, but it doesn't really work out. The movie's funnier than I thought it would be. It's not complete garbage. I talked to several people who either thought it was like meh or despised it. I think it's somewhere between meh and like decent. It's not a great movie. It's entertaining enough. It's goofy enough, but it tries way too hard with the nostalgia. And what Afterlife nails is it got all that stuff right, whereas this movie just fumbles it. You have the New York Public Library is a centerpiece of the film. That's a huge callback to the first movie. You have previous cast members showing up all over the place. And the movie doesn't do a very good job of merging the old characters and the new characters. What Afterlife did so successfully is that it focused on all of the new characters. Like, there was a coherent, awesome story there that brought in the old characters. This one leans too heavily on the older cast members, and that's where it kind of struggles. It just feels like it's trying too hard to replicate the magic of Afterlife. And as a result, it doesn't keep all those plates juggling in the air. They just kind of crash on the ground. So it's not a horrible movie. I really wanted to see Rick Moranis finally come out of retirement and be in a movie again. It seems like no amount of money in the world can coax him out of retirement. I respect the man for that. That is amazing. If you don't know, Rick Moranis, after his wife passed away, he completely just quit Hollywood just so he could raise his kids. It also does help when you have an insane amount of money coming in from Disney and the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids rides and all that stuff and all the residuals that he gets from that. So I was hoping he would be in this. He's not. But there are some other previous cast members and characters that show up. I do like seeing William Atherton in a movie again as the douchey Walter Peck, who was the EPA agent who is now the mayor of New York City. He's goofy. Again, he's kind of here just to be the nostalgia bait, and yeah, that's the movie. So it just tries too hard. Simple as that. And I didn't hate it, but it was really obvious what they were doing. So if they're gonna make another one of these, depending on how this one does and how much money it makes at the box office, they will probably make another one. I think they just need to move on from the previous cast, but they have to be smart about it, right? Because Paul Feig tried this in 2015 with the all-female Ghostbusters, and it was effing garbage. So you have to do it right if you're going to move on from those characters. So hopefully they can do that. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it, found it helpful. I hope you would consider subscribing so I can get to 500 subs, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.